Nyarji Khenpo Nyingma Longchen Nyingtik Bagar Dangan Sandu Hirmado Tomba Tukji Janla Gipyang Tsar. Good morning. Today is the Buddha Shakyamuni's birthday, and the first section after teaching we're going to meditate on Guru Yoga on Buddha Shakyamuni, and then this his birthday. So that means our birthdays. And so happy birthday, all of you. Happy birthday, Buddha student. And now we begin teaching about 7-line prayer today. The 7-line prayer of Guru Rinpoche or Padmasambhava is very short indeed. However, the application of its use is vast and profound. So it is the base of the practice of Guru Yoga, right? Which is the practice of union with the nature of the Guru. So in brief, there are 3 different levels of understanding the 7-line prayers. And the first is the outer word level, where is the literal explanation of the 7-line, this 7-line, the lines explained. That's the first. And the next, in inward level, is taught and hidden meanings is revealed. And then finally there is an explanation of how to use the 7-line prayer on the path. This 7-line prayer, of course we know in the northwest land of Odiyana. So this 7-line prayer has Möpön Rinpoche's commentary. Do you remember who is he? Möpön Rinpoche. Yesterday I talked a little bit about him, right? So he's the most important teacher in Nyingma Lineage. So he has a commentary on the 7-line prayer. It's just very good. So it's actually more than today we're just saying these 3 levels: outer, inner, and how to use the prayer. But if you can read this book, it's already translated into English. So he has this 7-line prayer, 3 different levels. Also the Vajrayana view, Mahayana view, and also the secret view, Dzogchen view. All he wrote the commentary for this. So we can't teach today all of that. But if you want, you can read this book.
It's called the White Lotus.
White Lotus, yes. White Lotus. So first, we will start with an explanation of outer meaning of the 7-line prayer and the reasons why the prayer was originally developed. So long time ago, when the Buddha Shakyamuni's time, there was a Nalanda University. You heard of that? In India. Huge. All these scholars and Buddha's best students, these Nagarjunas and Shantadevas, and all these teachers studied at this university. Still there. If you went to India, the Bodhikaya, and then from Bodhgaya and Nalanda University, very close. So huge university. And there was a debate between Buddhist and non-Buddhist at that time. And many of the Buddhist scholars had a same dream about the debate. It's a kind of important debate. And in the dream, Padmasambhava's sister, we called Dagini Kando, Kando Mashiva, which means Dagini of supreme peace. So they have this, scholars had same dream about the debate, and this Padmasambhava's sister came to them and said that if they did not invite Padmasambhava, and they would surely lose the debate. The debate between Buddhist and non-Buddhist, important debate, very important debate. And during the dream, the scholars thought it would be too difficult to travel to a land where Padmasambhava lived. So, the dream, the Padmasambhava's sister came and then say that you have to invite Padmasambhava, otherwise you will lose the bed. And they dream, okay, that's difficult because it's far away, transportation so difficult at that time. So the Dagini, the Padmasambhava's sister, instructed them how to invoke his presence, Padmasambhava. So he gave them this seven-line prayer and instructed them to how to pray and pray together with great devotion. And that by following her directions, it would be invoke Padmasambhava's presence and blessings. So after that, scholars recited the seven-line prayer that the sister Dagini taught them, and immediately they received the blessings, of course, of the Padmasambhava. And I think the debate was, for 7 days, and they won. They won their debate. So for this reason, with Guru Rinpoche's consent, the seven-line prayer spread throughout the land. So that's how came this prayer, seven-line prayer. All these Nagarjunas, Shantadewa, Shantakirta, Vasubandha, all these important scholarly student, six, 8 special students at the Nalanda University. They had this dream, and then in dream this prayer gave from Dagini, Padmasambhava's sister. Actually, so this prayer is from Padmasambhava himself. So, and then later, Guru Rinpoche, I told you yesterday, came to Tibet and established the Buddhist teachings. He gave these prayers to the king and everybody, and students who were fortunate enough to have the karma to receive this teaching. And that is how the seven-line prayer came to be. Understand? More than this, great information how came these 7 line prayers. I mean, 7 line prayers nowadays, no matter Dielu, Garjit, Nyingma, Sarja, all we practice these 7 line prayers. Very, very common. Very, very common. So it's very, very short, but it's very profound. And great, great, great blessings. So the 7 line prayers, of course, Hong in the northwest, the land of Odhyana, and the Hong, Origin, Yerjin, Fianza, Bama, Geser, Dombola, Yamsen. So we have that. Yamsen, Choga, Ngode, Bama, Jone, yes, that you have here. Korde kwando mambo gor chejis dagdepji jinji labhir yakso gor pama sudde ho. That's the 7 line prayer. I give you the written transmission, okay? That's the written transmission. Hundreds of thousands, I think, I received this written transmission, all the teachers. So now the prayer begins by reciting the seed syllable Hong, right? Hong in the northwest, Hong. This syllable represents the self-arising mind of all the Buddhas. Hong. It invokes the enlightenment mind of Guru Rinpoche. And then next few lines of the prayer talk about where Guru Rinpoche comes from, right? This is the land of Odhyana. Land of Odhyana. As some people say, the land of origin. And it's located on one of the 7 continents of this world system. It is known as the land of the Dakini. And it's located actually, I told you yesterday, somewhere between the Pakistan and India. Still exists this ocean. It's great. It's like the color is a white. It's like a milk ocean. In Tibetan we call it Roma Chenjin. So Roma means milk, Tso means ocean. Because the color is white. I never been there, but people went there many times and they said still is white. So half is Pakistan, half India. It's big. So that's we called Dhanakosha. Dhanakosha, and has filled with lotus flowers. So it was in lotus flower on this lake that Guru Rinpoche first arose and was founded, remember, by Indian king Indabut when Guru Rinpoche was only 8 years old. 8 years old. So the prayer goes on to talk about how he is surrounded by Dakinis and Dakas and Dakinis. This line refers to all of Guru Rinpoche's students and disciples. And the next 2 lines explain how should we pray to Guru Rinpoche with great faith in devotion, requesting his presence and blessings. That's the 7 line prayer. And finally, the mantra at the end is explained as followed: Guru Padma Sude Hong. Guru is one full of the perfect qualities, right? Padma is the first part of the name of great master of Odhyana, and refers to lotus flower where he was born. And then Siddhi, the Siddhi, Guru, Brahma, Siddhi. Siddhi are all of the supreme and ordinary accomplishments that we aspire to attain. And finally, we invoke the Guru Rinpoche's presence by again reciting Hong, Guru Brahma Siddhi Hong. So this mantra is actually the include form of the entire 7-line prayer. And all of the blessings of the 7 lines can be attained by reciting this mantra. So in conclusion, this is how we pray to Guru Rinpoche using each line of the prayer. So the first line explains where he was born, in the northwest of the land of Odayana, where he was born. And then second tells us how he was born, in the center of Burma lotus flower, how he was born. And the third line talks about his great qualities and capacity to help others, is the one with supreme wonder Siddhi. That's the line, third line. And then fourth line especially tells us his name, the renowned lotus-born Pamakara. The fifth line tells us about who his students and disciples are, right? Surrounded by vast retinue of Dakinis. And then sixth line tells us how we should pray to Guru Rinpoche with yearning and great devotion. Following in your footsteps, I pray. And then finally, the seventh line, along with the mantra, is the request to receive his blessings. Please come and bestow your blessings, Guru Brahma Siddhi Hong. And for more mind to be in union with the Guru's mind, Guru Rinpoche's mind. So that's why we call it 7 lines, 7-line prayers. Understand? This is the explanation, outer explanation, line by line. So without devotion, the master may introduce you to the nature of your mind, but the student will not recognize it. Therefore, in order to recognize your Buddha nature mind, first you must finish the preliminary practice. And especially practice bodhicitta. Then it is not so difficult to recognize the nature of mind. So that's why prayer, 7-line prayer is important, but more important is the devotion. Trust Pamasambhava. When you say these prayers, practice about him, you really trust, you have to trust he is here. Devotion. So by examining relative devotion, there are 2 devotions, relative devotion, ultimate devotion. Relative devotion, you will come to realize absolute devotion. Since absolute devotion is the ultimate nature of everything. So once you realize absolute truth, you will see what appears within it, the whole infinite display of relative phenomena is no more than an illusion or dream to which you will feel no attachment. Without attachment, then you will be free. Without attachment, you will be free. With attachment, no freedom. Without attachment means great compassion. You love everybody. So if you practice Guru Yoga with devotion and with bodhicitta, then you actually developing your compassion mind, love and kindness mind. That's the point. When you practice Guru Yoga, whatever you practice, you will see the qualities of your mind. Otherwise, you practice many times, every day, right? But no compassion, no love, no bodhicitta, that means your practice is not correct. Definitely not correct. If you practice it correctly, you will find these qualities, the human qualities, great compassion, bodhicitta. I mean, that's the main point, why we practice, why we want practice. The main point, we need great compassion and love and kindness. That's the main bodhicitta, right? So when you practice bodhicitta, practice Guru Yoga, and you practice the nature of mind correctly, you will also find the great compassion. Because you will see the nature of mind, the qualities of nature of mind. You understand that. And then you will see, oh, this is amazing. This is what we call Buddha nature. I have this, you have this, we all have this. But people are ignorant. They don't recognize, and now they are wandering in samsara and the suffering. That's why your compassion is arise. Because of this, because of you recognized true nature, and then you understand the qualities of the true nature. Then you see that all people are suffering, worry, stress. Okay, they have these qualities, they have this Buddha nature, but they don't recognize this. How I can help? So automatically the compassion arises if you correctly practice Guru Yoga. So always Buddhism, the meditations, always union, bodhicitta and Guru Yoga, right? Guru Yoga, whatever you practice. For instance, you practice bodhisattva with bodhicitta, the union of bodhicitta and bodhisattva. The union of bodhicitta is something, right? So then you have these qualities and you really handle something, if you have a difficult situation, you can handle it and you really consider others a lot. I want you to be happy, right? I want you to be happy no matter what. So that is how we founded the seven-line prayer. And the hidden meaning, I will explain that maybe later. But line by line, what the 7 lines, we have 7 lines. Now you understand every line, what is for? Understand? Good. So, then, now we're going to meditate on Buddha Shakyamuni this time. Because of the ultimate point of view, Buddha Shakyamuni and Padmasambhava are not separate, right? Not separate. So you practice, actually doesn't matter, Padmasambhava or Buddha Shakyamuni, you practice actually all the Buddha. So relatively, Buddha Shakyamuni and Padmasambhava are different. because of the there are many reasons. So Buddha Shakyamuni came to India 2,600 years ago. He was just a human being like us, right? Like us, exactly. Except he came to in royal family. That's different, maybe. Otherwise, he's just human being and ordinary person. And then he founded great path, and then he practiced bodhicitta and become enlightened. So, and then he taught the three wheel of dharmas for us, right? So we follow him, and we also have this path because of him. So he is very important for us, right? Our main root teacher is Buddha Shakyamuni, because we all his follower. So therefore, we have to remember, especially today, because he was born today. So I'm sure, you know, we this also also from Möpön Rinpoche's. Möpön Rinpoche has a great Guru Yoga about Buddha Shakyamuni. I think 4 or 5 pages, and it's also in English. If you want, you can practice that every day. I do, of course, practice when I wake up morning. Just right away practice Buddha Shakyamuni's Guru Yoga, written by Möpön Rinpoche. So I don't have all of them, but I have the prayers and his mantra here today. So we're going to meditate on that, this the first section. And and there's both Tibetan and English. Homage to Shakyamuni Buddha. The visualization is exactly the same. Yesterday we talked about visualization of Guru Yoga, except yesterday we visualized Padmasambhava, but today just to visualize Buddha Shakyamuni. Buddha Shakyamuni in front of you, visualize him, right? You all know, of course. So, and then we recite the line, the prayer, and also then we recite the mantra several times. And then by the end, there is reciting the name of the Buddha and the mantra, the great light of Viraj's wisdom rays emanate from the body of the Buddha, purifying all the obscurations of myself and all sentient beings. Then the virtues of the perfect path of Mahayana are firmly established and the state of non-return is attained. So this is the visualization. Also we have to say that too. Understand? So at the end we'll do this alternately, the visualization and also rest in meditation. So at the end, Buddha Shakyamuni dissolve into you, right? Buddha Shakyamuni dissolve into you, his compassion mind and your mind merge in union, and then just relax. That's all. Any questions? Understand very well. Good. Leader, chanting leader. Or in English.
Okay.
You want in English.
The great compassionate one accepted this turbulent, degenerate world.
Made 500 aspirations. You are praised as the Buddha Lotus. Who are hears your name shall not return samsara. 3 times. The great compassionate accept turbulent soul. Made 500 aspirations. You are praised the Buddha Lotus. Wherever his name
Shall not return to samsara.
the great compassion one accepted the turbulent, degenerate world and made 500 generations.
You are praised as the white lotus. Whoever hears your name shall not return to samsara.
Tayathai Om Mani Mani Maha Mani Soha Tayathai Om Mani Mani Maha Mani Soha Tayathai Om Mani Mani Maha Mani Soha Tayai ta oi mani mani maha manaye soya. Taya ta oi mani mani maha manaye soya. Tayai ta oi mani mani maha manaye soya. Taya ta oi mani mani maha manaye soha. 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 oi mune mune ma muna yeso da ya da oi mune mune ma muna yeso. Name of the Buddhas and mantra, the great light of rise, wisdom rays emanate from the body of the Buddha, purifying all the obscurations of myself and all sentient beings. Then the virtues of perfect path of Mahayana are firmly established and the state of non-returner is attained. Just relax in Buddha, dissolve into the light. Light dissolve into your mind. Without thoughts. Look deeply in nature mind.